Because John said they were locking the doors, so Father's voice.
Come on, Anna, hurry up.
Only five more steps.
Search.
A cry.
Explore.
I've told you already not to put your hand just where I put my feet, Zenobia.
Subscriptions?
You've no sense of discipline.
That's your trouble.
Watch later.
Zenobia's voice.
And why do you always have to be the first one up?
Father's voice.
Shut up. Shut up.
Shut
Shut
up.
up.
Rate a comment.
One can hear, coming from outside,
Accept?
a noise that is frightening to hear,
Cancel.
but difficult to describe.
What's happening?
A deep reverberating noise.
Add a comment.
Donate?
I'm scared.
Help!
Quick, one last supper.
The father appears.
Upload file.
The rest of the family emerges.
Books?
Zenobia, the daughter,
Smile.
is 16 or 17 years old.
What's on your mind?
Anna, the mother,
Search.
is 39 or 40. Finally, there is the maid. Already in one corner, the Schmürz is waiting. squints, bleeds, and is ugly to look at.
This is unnecessary and a waste of time.
The noise can be heard.
Then just keep scrolling if you do not find it relevant.
Zenobia snivels.
Now, my darling. Anna,
Give me a hand, quick.
this is more important.
He rushes to the staircase and begins to bar the stairs with planks.
Hold the plank while I find a nail.
He searches in his toolbox and finds a nail.
I should really fix it with screws, but that would raise a whole set of problems.
Why?
First of all, I haven't got any screws. Secondly, I haven't got a screwdriver. Thirdly, I never know which way to turn a screwdriver around.
This way.
She shows him.
No, it's like this.
He shows her. The noise in the streets grows louder.
There is a desperate
Is there a place where
Well, hurry up, can't you?
What am I thinking of?
And you encouraging me to dawdle? What do you mean?
Me.
Me?
Me.
Me.
Me encouraging you to dawdle?
Let's not argue, my love.
Oh, you really give me ideas.
I'm hungry.
Earn Coinbase crypto from your home?
Mug, give the child something to eat. Yes, ma'am. Do you want eggs, milk, a cheese souffle, porridge, chocolate, coffee, bread, butter, apricot jam, grapes, fruit, vegetables?
No, I want to eat.
She passes in front of the Schmürz and shrinks away visibly.
privacy.
Cookies.
The father puts down his hammer and gets up.
Whew, that's that. Now we can relax a bit.
The father goes up to the Schmürz and slaps it as hard as he can. The father claps his hands.
Well, Mug, is everything ship-shape at last?
He inspects the room.
It's nice here.
The mother goes up to the Schmürz and kicks it.
It's horrible.
What? Don't you like it?
How long is this going to go on? How many more times are we going to be forced to rush out like this in the middle of the night, leaving half our things behind, all the places we know, the sun, the trees?
But listen, we're still doing fine.
Look at the staircase.
The child's right. It's not so bad,
One can climb a staircase like that.
even in complete darkness.
It's not as good as the last one.
I'd say it's just the same.
How can you tell such lies?
Downstairs, I had my own room.
What do you mean?
Downstairs, we had 3 rooms, just as we do here.
You slept in the living room.
No, I'm not talking about yesterday. I mean downstairs, long before.
She had her own room?
I don't remember very well.
You had your own room?
Yes, I had my own room, next to yours, facing the little sitting room.
What little sitting room?
The little sitting room with the dark red armchair.
Are you sure you know what you're talking about?
Well, I don't remember that.
Consequently, how could you, a mere child?
That's just why.
It's the young who remember.
Old people forget everything.
Show some respect for your parents.
There were 6 rooms.
6 rooms?
And Mug had her own room too, and that wasn't there.
What wasn't there?
That!
She points at the Schmürz.
What are you talking about?
I have surgery coming up.
You better lie down and rest.
I normally try to help.
You can see there's nothing there.
The mother goes up to the Schmürz and attacks it viciously.
I don't like to beg.
You can
You can
see.
see.
She is panting.
I always try to help others when I can.
You can see.
You can see.
I don't like to ask for help for myself.
We had 6 rooms.
Please help me.
We were alone there.
I have tried so hard.
You can see.
Trees in front of windows.
I just want to get better.
Trees.
There are people living in less space than that.
Why do we leave each time we hear the noise? What is this noise? Tell me. Tell me, Mother.
Zenobia, my dear little angel, you've been told 100 times not to ask that. We don't know what it is ourselves. If we knew, we'd tell you.
But usually you know everything.
Usually, yes, but that's just this. This is an exceptional circumstance. And then the things I know about are really important,
Not just
mirages.
So this noise isn't really important?
Basically, no.
It's an image,
A symbol,
a reference point.
a warning,
But one mustn't confuse the image, the signal, the symbol,
the reference, and the warning with the thing itself.
That would be an awful mistake.
But if this really isn't important, then why do we leave?
It's more prudent.
It's more prudent even if it means leaving a 6-room apartment where we're alone and ending up in 2 rooms where...
She looks at the Schmürz.
Prudence above all.
I had my own room. Now I've got nothing and everything has to start over again from scratch.
From scratch, you seem to forget this handsome antique sideboard. You've really got nothing to complain about.
Think of the others.
What others?
There are others. Less fortunate than you.
Then us.
Where's the kitchen?
Boyd's bears, does anyone still collect them? I have a lot that I'm willing to make a deal to take them all. Inbox me.
It must be through here.
Warning foe those who walk, run,
Downstairs,
bike
I
on
had my own
2800,
room.
3100 of Spring Road. On 3100 block is a loose pit/pit mix that will run after you.
Painted blue like for a boy.
Owner yells at you for walking past their house.
My little writing desk against the wall in the corner.
Dog attacked our dog.
With my album in the right-hand drawer. Through the window I could see the green trees.
We're good dog people.
They were years with 12 months of May.
Clean up after our dog, etc.
Months of May with 31 Sundays. Sundays which smelled of fresh wax and candy.
If you know the neighbors, please implore them to call the police as well.
And a lace bedspread on my bed.
Just be cautious in these areas.
It wasn't real lace, but it was pretty. And I went dancing every Sunday night.
Children your age shouldn't live on memories. Our neighbor seems respectable and prosperous.
You saw him?
No, I saw his name on the door.
Names don't make people.
He's an advisor. That might be useful.
What shall I make for lunch?
For lunch or for us?
What shall I cook?
We could eat leftovers.
Who's leftover?
What leftovers? Veal soup, radishes, semolina, turbot, carrots, or fish cakes, or if you like, eel, salami, stewed lamb, pig's head brawn, or mussels.
But what have we got in the cupboard?
Noodles.
I don't want noodles.
Make some noodles. What's the point of making noodles when we already have some?
Cook some then.
All right.
Mother, can I put on the radio?
Can she put on the radio?
Radio?
I wrapped it in the yellow bedspread.
Did you take it?
No, I had the old black suitcase. Mug. We can't find the radio.
What were you carrying when you arrived?
The floor lamp, the pots and pans, the portrait of your cousin, the iron trunk, the bottle rack, the shoe boxes, the vacuum cleaner, and my own things.
And of course you forgot the yellow bedspread.
No one told me to take it.
The mother goes over to the Schmürz and hits it.
Anyone know of any affordable one-bedroom apartments for rent in this area?
Ah, well, we'll have to do without the
I
radio.
never listen to it anyhow.
Zenobia exits.
The child seems annoyed.
I don't know.
A silence.
I'm going to visit our neighbor.
Yeah, Yes.
It'll give you something to do.
Zenobia returns.
And what happens now?
Your father is going to see to all that.
It's going to be just like before, only a little worse. We'll be a little worse off. We'll go through the same motions a little less briskly, do the same jobs a little less carefully. The nights will pass, the days will be like the nights, and then suddenly we'll hear the noise. We'll climb the stairs, we'll leave something behind by mistake, and we'll only have a single room with someone already in it.
Now, you're talking nonsense.
But what about me? What happens to me?
I told you, your father's taking care of everything. There are all sorts of possible solutions.
At least you admit there's a problem?
Zenobia, you're irritating me. Children shouldn't pose problems to their parents, except the problems their parents recognize as problems.
Recognize what?
I have sheets.
The children? The problems?
I have 2 TVs.
We have no problems. Thank God.
The mother gets up and stabs the Schmürz savagely with her scissors.
This kitchen is revolting, disgusting, horrible, dirty, lousy, sordid, nauseating, unmentionable, pestilent, rotting, peeling, malodorous, repulsive. And yet, I'm going back into it.
The kitchen is filthy. Are you still all making fools of yourselves?
She's so high-spirited,
But
but I'm modern in outlook, and I believe young people today should be allowed to speak frankly.
One can hear vaguely the noise.
Again, I appreciate
And I also
that.
have
Words.
And if we have 5 minutes to get to it.
Words.
Deleuze's base.
Words.
Everyone else is
Walk
cringe.
this
can't
way.
go on.
I had to
The noise ceases. Everyone except the Schmürz seems relieved.
I have a feeling we shan't have time to get used to this delightful apartment. Well, do I stop work then? Or do I go on washing, scrubbing, beating, scouring, brushing, shining up, repairing, cleaning, scraping, sweeping, waxing, dusting, and polishing?
Carry on, of course, carry on.
We'll be here for some time. Speaking offhand, I'd say for at least...
I have the same impression.
Not listening. He finds a dog leash. He begins to flog the Schmürz. She looks down at her own father and screams out.
What are you doing to it? Leave it alone.
Turning to her, his face completely expressionless.
Where's Mug with the noodles?
That's right, they should be ready.
Would you like me to unpack the black suitcase?
That
We've
would
got
be very
time.
useful. I think the forks are at the bottom.
Well, speaking for myself, I'm feeling quite at home already.
He kisses her.
No, listen, really, you're too old.
One's never too old for that.
In that case, it's me that's too old to watch it. It disgusts me. It really disgusts me.
Love is never ridiculous.
Love, perhaps.
Mug enters with a steaming dish.
I'm not hungry.
It's getting cold. That smells good.
It smells of noodles.
They look very good.
Mug gives her the dish and leaves, giving the Schmürz a wide berth. The father eats without seeming to notice her absence. She gets to the edge of the stage. He calls out, peremptorily.
Mug, have you forgotten something?
Resignedly, Mug takes the dog leash and begins to whip the Schmürz.
This is excellent.
Zenobia drops her head to her chest and puts her hands over her ears.
Words.
The curtain starts falling slowly.
Words. Succulent. Very good. Delicious. Very good. So very good. Delicious. Succulent. Very good. So very delicious. Very good. Delicious. Succulent. Very delicious. So delicious. Succulent. Very, very good. Very good. So very good. Delicious. Succulent. Delicious. Very good. Delicious. So delicious. Succulent. Very succulent. Very good. So very good.
As a second job,
2022.
financially, it definitely.
Curtain. The curtain rises. The Schmürz is bandaging itself with filthy rags. This room is smaller than the last.
What day is it?
Monday, Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, Easter, Christmas.
Just as I thought. Time passes slowly.
There's no room.
Are there too many people or what? What's stopping it from passing anyhow? Where is it passing? In the street?
It went this way. It will go that way next time.
Give it a glass of water while they're out of the room.
What?
Pointing at the Schmürz.
Give it a glass of water.
Give what a glass of water?
Silence.
Give me a glass of water. I'm thirsty.
Are you sure you're thirsty?
No, I want to give it to it.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Why am I lying down?
You were lying down. You were in ill health. You are indisposed. You are showing preliminary symptoms. Your state of health seems...
I'm ill?
You can't really say you're indisposed.
It's the stairs. We climb them too quickly. We can hardly sink much lower.
I'm ill.
I'm ill.
I'm
What's
ill.
the proper name for a room like this?
It hasn't even got an improper name, but you could call it a closet, a garret, a brothel, a cupboard, a shitting room, and a lot of other things. Not to mention a rat trap, though. There aren't any rats. At least I hope not.
Why am I ill?
Why am I ill? Why am I ill? Why am I ill? Why am I ill? Why am I ill?
Well, I'm not feeling so brilliant myself. As for your father and mother, one can detect
Why am I ill?
symptoms.
What kind?
Oh,
Why am I
symptoms
ill?
of a disquieting nature.
Apart from their absolute idiocy, I've never detected anything at all in them.
Nothing?
Nothing.
After a silence.
What is that noise, Mug?
What noise?
What noise?
The noise.
What noise?
There are 1,000 different kinds of noises.
No, the noise.
Every time.
Every time we leave,
Every
every time we get up in the middle of the night
time.
and we climb the stairs, behaving crazily, forgetting everything.
Every
Time.
Hurting ourselves. Why can't we stay once? Just once. Why are we scared like that? It's so ludicrous.
We're not scared. We just climb the stairs. That's all.
But if we stayed where we were, if we had stayed,
Nobody stays.
Nobody stays.
and what's going on about there? We can't hear a thing. We never hear a thing. Why don't we listen to what's going on out there? Why don't we ever go out again?
You're feverish. Your temperature is rising. You're becoming hotter and hotter. You're undergoing an increasing molecular excitement.
Well, I want to go outside again.
The Schmürz has moved slightly and begins dragging itself slowly towards the staircase.
Your father has blocked up the stairway.
I'll nail the planks. I want to go out. I want to go and see who's living in our space. I want to go all the way down as far as the room I used to have when I had a radio and I could listen to music.
She gets up, stumbling like someone weak with fever.
Lie down. Get back into bed. Stretch out. Rest. Calm down.
Zenobia goes towards the staircase and sees the Schmürz lying on the planks across the top of the stairs, crouched down like an animal, barring the way.
Give me a glass of water.
Mug gets up, pours a glass of water, and gives her the glass of water without looking at her and goes into the other room.
We're all alone.
As soon as she is alone, Zenobia takes the glass, approaches the Schmürz, and holds the glass out towards it, hesitatingly. With a quick movement, it knocks the glass away. Mug re-enters.
Don't cry.
Mother enters, followed by the father.
Listen, sweetie.
Help?
Since we've only been here for 2 days, we should really think of Xavier as having just been a good neighbor.
You can't take such an event to heart.
As if he had been your brother, for instance.
Help!
Your nephew?
Your cousin.
Your son?
Help!
Xavier is dead.
Help.
He was buried yesterday.
Help!
Repeats.
He was buried yesterday.
Xavier is dead.
His parents are simply stunned with grief.
Yes, they certainly have been hit very hard.
Poor people. We are really very lucky.
He looks around, goes over, and strikes the Schmürz, then returns.
We must admit that fate has hit them hard.
Oh, they'll make the best of a bad job.
Everybody does. Everybody does. We do. Without even trying. We are very well off, Vian. I assure you, we are very well off.
I've had enough. Who do I call?
What time is it?
Looks around, goes and hits the Schmürz.
I can't see the clock.
I wrapped it up yesterday.
I can't see the clock. Mug, weren't you carrying it? Oh.
She exits.
Well, she's not very talkative, Oscar.
So?
We must have left the clock.
Downstairs. We don't really need it. The proof is that we've been here for 2 days without noticing that it was left behind. The proof is that we've been here for 2 days without noticing.
It's really frightening how people of your age turn into driveling idiots.
The father goes over to the Schmürz and gives it a good beating, finishing off with 3 kicks to the stomach.
Sad to see this.
Our neighbor is no better off than we are.
I don't give a goddamn about our neighbor. If he's satisfied with what he's got, that's his business. The fact remains that he once had 6 rooms too.
The mother goes over and hits the Schmürz.
How many floors are still above us?
I don't understand your question. I don't understand your question.
And if the noise returns?
What noise?
Noise.
One can hear the noise distantly.
Noise.
What if the noise returns?
We'll go upstairs. We'll go upstairs.
What if there's nothing above us?
This staircase must lead somewhere. You'll grant me that?
All right. But upstairs there will only be one room.
You can't possibly tell. You have no right.
You have no right.
You have no right to take for granted that moving up one floor necessarily implies less space in the one above.
And if there's no staircase any long after we've moved up once again?
If there's no staircase any longer, it will simply be because we don't need one any longer, and consequently you won't hear your precious noise anymore.
That's what you call reasoning.
She needs help.
You forget that she's a little feverish.
She goes over and tries to hold Zenobia, but Zenobia pulls away.
What are you going to do now?
How much now?
What do you mean, what are we going to do?
Help!
There's no question. We must try to live. She really is feverish. Go and lie down, sweetheart.
What did Xavier die of?
I beg your pardon.
What did Xavier die of?
You know perfectly well how people die when they're young. Well, Xavier committed certain indiscretions. His father made the mistake of not stopping him.
Help!
beg your pardon. I beg.
Did he go downstairs?
I don't know.
Did he refuse to leave the floor below?
The main thing is he's dead.
He must have tried to go downstairs, otherwise they wouldn't have buried him. If he had stayed downstairs, nobody would have dared to go and look for him.
Bury him? Well, we assume they buried him.
He goes over and strikes the Schmürz.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
The mother picks out a large sewing needle from the basket and goes over to the Schmürz and sticks the needle into it while speaking to Mug.
I don't pay you to argue. I have services to sell, and I sell them at the price you pay for them. You've got a good bargain, and apart from the commercial aspect of the relationship, there's nothing to stop the seller from arguing with the buyer, especially if the goods aren't counterfeit. In any case, I'm shutting up shop. What do you mean?
What do you mean you're shutting up shop?
What do you mean? I'm not selling my services any longer. You can go and buy elsewhere, or rather, I can go and sell my services elsewhere.
Mug, are you really going?
Listen, your father's just too stupid for words. Where and when does he think he is? I'm the only one here who's sitting pretty.
And would you care to explain how you're sitting pretty?
Because I'm selling services which are in much demand by slackers, idlers, good-for-nothings, wastrels, shriekers, and other redundant members of society. And there's no shortage of such creatures.
Outraged.
She's actually trying to tell me off.
Mug hugs Zenobia.
Goodbye, sweetie. Be very careful.
Mug, you're forgetting something.
Mug looks around her, glances briefly at the Schmürz, and shakes her head firmly.
No, I've forgotten nothing as far
As
as
I
I
can
can see.
The father goes up to the Schmürz and starts to beat it.
Good riddance.
That girl is getting more and more
Good
insane.
riddance. Glad she's gone.
The noise can be heard. All except the Schmürz seem to stiffen to attention.
Come now, there's no reason to panic. Everything's fine. We've still got a large room.
Of course.
Let's get organized. Where's the child going to sleep?
Oh, I'll be all right on the floor.
She sits down and sways slightly.
Zenobia, don't be silly. We're going to fix up a cozy little corner for you.
I've got an idea. Perhaps you could borrow a bed from the neighbor.
That's an excellent suggestion, although, of course, it'd be rather awkward for me to ask him.
What can we lose by asking our neighbor for his bed?
If he
If he agrees, he agrees. If he refuses,
He refuses.
there you are. There's absolutely no danger involved.
You've never been able to see danger. How can you discuss it?
I know it when I see it.
What makes you think you're able to see it better than I?
Looking at the Schmürz.
I've seen it for a long time.
Surely you're not scared
He laughs,
of our neighbor.
then goes over and hits the Schmürz.
No. I'm not scared of our neighbor.
She goes over to the door and opens it. She can be seen crossing the landing, knocking at the neighbor's door and waiting.
Knock again.
He must be there.
Just ring the bell. Come on.
Surely you're big enough to do a little thing like that.
By yourself.
The noise can be heard. Zenobia hesitates and slowly removes her finger from the button of the neighbor's doorbell. Very quickly, the family's landing door closes. The noise grows. Louder and louder. The father and mother are horror-stricken and incapable of movement. The noise grows. Zenobia's knocking has ceased. The noise grows fainter again. There is complete silence.
Calm yourself, my dear.
Children always end up by leaving their parents.
That's life.
The father goes over and strikes the Schmürz. Curtain. The curtain rises. An even smaller room.
Watching porn in the library with a white claw.
There is no staircase leading up to the floor above. The noise can be heard. The father appears.
Are you coming or not? Hurry up.
Yo, would love to hoop up with a baddie to crush my gonads with some platforms.
For God's sake. Pass me the yellow bag.
To those who need it, keep going.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
Pass me the yellow bag.
We've got plenty of time.
The noise can be heard.
For God's sake. Of course,
A blood-curdling scream.
My love.
Make an effort.
For God's sake.
He listens. The noise suddenly stops.
After 20 years of marriage,
Man.
to abandon a man like that, women are really incredible.
Incredible.
He stands still.
Who am I? I'm at age 59. Who am I? I'm at teeth. Excellent condition. Vaccination marks. Tastefully distributed. Vaccination of the various forms. Height 5'11". Tastefully failed. Above average. Above physically fit and morally sound. Above really sound. For a man. For a single
Man.
a man alone.
He laughs.
Question. What does a man alone in himself do? After all, it possesses a window large enough to permit the passage of a man of perfectly normal girth.
Allow him to
Break his neck on the street after falling from a height
That's the whole problem.
But I had asked myself a question.
Man.
Alone in his
Retreat.
Retreat.
That word's not quite accurate.
A hermit in his retreat.
Retreat?
The monk comes retreat.
But there is also the suggestion of retreat.
Running away from the enemy.
Can this ascent be
Running
considered a running away?
A man.
Alone.
He goes over and strikes the Schmürz.
A man never. It is worth noticing that one retreat
This retreat.
symbolizes the retreat of an enemy.
What enemy?
What enemy?
A pause.
That is what we have to decide. I have not reached manhood without having demonstrated, like any other freedom-loving individual, my attachment to that invisible yet powerful entity which we all refer to as. Although it is known by other names, by other languages, aided by many modest virtues, I have even acquired universally recognized distinction in the service of my country, manifested in my force field jacket. What motive impels me at this moment to resume my uniform?
Am I a mere animal reacting by instinct?
No.
At the base of each of my actions, there lies a reasoning reason, a reasonable reason, and an active intelligence which might be considered cybernetic, were it not for the fact that it is controlled by a law higher than myself, disinterestedness.
Unquestionably, the noise is the reason for my ascent.
And why should I put on my uniform when I hear the noise? What in fact happened? I heard a noise.
I climbed the stairs.
He goes up to the Schmürz.
The situation is exactly the same as it was below. Apart few practical details. Since everything is exactly the same, one must strike at the roots. It is the noise.
The noise.
The noise which is responsible for everything.
He laughs mockingly.
At one time, I pretended not to hear it, but it began to echo. Setting an example.
In front of the family.
My
My
family?
family?
Sometimes I feel as if I'm remembering things that happened to somebody else.
Somebody else.
Whereas in fact, I'm all alone.
I have a feeling I'm on the brink of a tremendous discovery.
Suppose I get the hell out.
He corrects himself.
No. I climb up one floor.
Why?
Why? Because I hear the signal.
It is evident that the signal is therefore directed
Against the fact that I remain.
Against
The fact that I remain so annoying.
He goes up to the Schmürz and beats it.
I ask myself, but that's how the world is made. The signal is directed against me. Therefore, it is aggressive.
It is
It
a
is
signal
for
for
attack.
against
I am flabbergasted that anyone should want to attack a man like myself. But one thing is certain. Attack requires defense.
And defense requires.
He bends over, opens his suitcase, and takes out his uniform.
Fortunately, as far as defense is concerned,
He
I am
begins
ready.
to change.
I am attacked.
I'm attacked.
I defend myself.
A pause.
I remember.
Then coldly.
No, I do not remember.
A man of my age
Does not live in the past.
Ha!
I'm in the process of building the future.
I'm in the building.
He approaches the Schmürz silently and slowly. Then, suddenly, hurls himself on it, throws it to the floor, and begins to strangle it, keeping his grip while he continues to speak.
I think that would look prettiest in the window would be sweet peas.
In a perfectly natural voice.
I'm so very fond of their scent.
He rises. The Schmürz lies inert.
The facts are quite simply really.
soldier's justification for
for
war.
existence is war. War's justification for existence is the enemy.
He scratches his chin.
Can my enemy be considered civil?
Then, in a different tone,
It is a mistake to devote time that could be more profitably spent in examining realities which are tangible.
he looks out the window.
Return to reality. It transpires, indeed, that I have ideas about practically everything. I could have expressed my opinions on most major problems of humanity, which is more than most people are capable of.
Do not the major problems of humanity pose themselves only when man
Man is living in society.
Whereas I am alone.
I am alone.
As I have already said,
He turns and sees the Schmürz, which has picked itself up.
I'm alone.
The father gives a sudden start and understands for the first time he is confronted by something more than an object. He speaks as if in defense of himself.
I always had the impression I was alone.
I am alone.
He touches his eyes.
I see.
He touches his ears.
I hear.
He breaks off
I hear.
I am alone.
and announces,
Inventory.
from this moment on, he begins avoiding the Schmürz, while the Schmürz begins following him with its eyes.
There seems to be no reason why the world should extend very far beyond the walls which surround me. What is quite certain is that I am its center.
He unstraps his belt,
This attic depresses me.
changing his tone of voice.
I retain the absolute majority. Now that there are no longer several of us, I feel my majority slipping away.
He fumbles in one of his suitcases.
I used to have a gun. It's a light, easily maneuverable weapon. Easily maneuverable. It should provide just the support I need to conquer my lost territory.
I am alone.
He continues.
I no longer have the time. I never had it. Life is a scandal. I should get dressed.
He breaks off suddenly.
It's not true. I am alone. I always done my duty. More than my duty. We are racing towards the future at full speed, going so fast that we cannot go to the present, and the dust raised by our pounding feet hides the past from us.
He is almost out of breath, gasping, breathing heavily. He assumes a very different tone, dead and broken.
I am not alone.
The noise becomes gradually audible.
Closing one's eyes to the evidence is a method which has never been effective. For a blind man, well and good, but I can't hear a thing.
Louder.
I can't hear a thing. When I was a child, there was at least the hope and promise of the future generation would wash it of its innocence.
He shouts out as the noise reaches a crescendo.
I can't hear a thing. These hands are spotless. I will control.
He screams.
I swear it. I will control. I can't hear a thing. I've always been alone. Always alone. I can't distinguish anything through the dust of the past. It covers people like dust sheets, furniture. They were all just furniture.